We welcome Jack Nelson from Wisconsin. Left tackle, which, I mean, okay, you grew up in Wisconsin.
Yep.
What does it mean to be the left tackle at Wisconsin?
You gotta make sure you're ready for that pass rush, I think. I mean, just, if you got a right-handed quarterback, everybody knows. You've seen the blind side.
Yep.
They're not looking. You got to make sure you're protecting them over there.
What's it like, when you're younger, you're watching the Badgers play, are the old linemen just the rock stars of the group as you're growing up?
Well,
like,
I mean,
Michael Dieter, like,
yeah,
your
if you grew up in my household, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad played O-line.
Yeah.
I always played O-line. My younger brothers play O-line, so we're always watching them. What's the latest with the Wisconsin O-line? So yeah.
And I mean, now previously in the previous iteration, those guys were also, it was the pass blocking, but also you were running downhill. You were running straight at people. How much did that change when this offense changed? How much did what you do change?
It's certainly certainly pass the ball more. Mm-hmm. That being said, though, during the game, there's definitely times you're like, okay, like we're definitely relying on the run here.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Longo does a fantastic job with the offense, but I mean, he'll tell you himself, this whole air raid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're never going to run the ball again, but there's definitely times where I'm like, oh, there's run play after run play after run play after run play. So
has he quoted Bruce Lee to you yet?
Probably.
Be water. I asked him about that once.
Yes.
Be like water.
He has.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Which is just take what the defense gives you, but it sounds more mystical coming from Bruce Lee, I guess. But,
no doubt.
But that's the thing I do love about Phil Longo's offense. Like, I remember when he was at North Carolina, they had a couple of games where they were averaging 10 yards a carry, and he's just like, we'll keep running the ball. No problem.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like he says, be water, just go with it. And so, whatever that defense is showing us, whatever's working that day, he'll call it and we'll run it.
Yeah, I mean, was it an adjustment in terms of conditioning last year, getting used to that?
The tempo?
Yeah, the tempo.
Absolutely.
How do you get yourself ready for that? Is there a way in the summer to do it?
Well, obviously with the new strength and conditioning staff, Coach Brady does a fantastic job. We'll do all sorts of sprints and stadiums and conditioning stuff like that. But I think I remember the first spring ball with the new staff. We're doing sets of 4 plays during team, and after those 4 plays, I'd come out and I'd need an oxygen mask or something. I was just gassed beyond belief because it's just so quick.
Oh yeah.
But then, we get into this fall camp and we're running, 8-play drives during team, and it's not hard at all.
Okay.
So it's definitely kind of taper into it.
So you never had the barfing as badges of honor thing?
No, but I felt like it before.
I was
that's
going to say,
sure.
the Tennessee guys are funny about that. The ones who, when Josh Heupel got there and they were running the super tempo, and it got to where, like, the one guy barfs in the Alabama game, and they're also used to it. They're just like,
oh, yeah.
And you see the Alabama D-lineman just like,
yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that being said, though, I think the tempo really has you can feel it when, we really start picking up the pace.
Yeah.
And the defense just isn't used to it, and they're getting gassed.
Oh, yeah. So we got to talk about these boots. This is a great look because, in the NIL era, we've seen the quality of kicks has gone up at media days. But a lot of it is these hideous shoes that cost like $900 a pair. You're wearing boots.
Yep.
Like, how long have you had these? Are they favorites or?
Yeah. So I always wanted a pair of cowboy boots. I like watching westerns. I think it's cool. And then I think that was not last year, but the year before with the Guaranteed Rate Bowl in Arizona, and I went to the Tacova store.
Nice.
And I'm looking at all these boots, and I just figured if I'm going to buy a pair of cowboy boots, I got to get ostrich ones.
Of course.
And then I saw the fake ones, and I was like, you can tell. You can tell.
Oh, yeah,
so. Yeah, I decided to get them, and I love them.
Nice. So, all right, you grew up in Wisconsin. You're boot wearing.
Yep.
You're licensed scuba diver.
Yeah.
for all the oceans around Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like, where have you gone diving?
Well, we you go through this big class in a pool, and then we went to Devil's Lake. It was actually pretty cool because there's some. That you just go down there, and they've got there's old carriages down there that fell back over the ice a long time ago.
Wow.
And all sorts of stuff. It's just a different world down there.
I love that you get scuba certified and go diving up in the cold.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you also work on cars?
I do.
What is your what's the history behind that?
Yeah.
Is that something you and Dad did or?
Yeah, well, just not really cars, but in particular, but just really anything with
Engines.
an engine. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, me, my dad, my younger brother, we would kind of our thing was, Craigslist deals, going out on Craigslist and finding, something for a couple $1,000 that was a piece of junk, and then you get it and, mess with it, and then you sell it and get something new.
Just get it working again?
Exactly.
Like, what kind of engines were you buying?
Oh, I had back in high school, I bought a 93 Bronco.
Okay.
And so, I kind of cleaned that up and learned through the process of sanding it and painting it.
Oh, so you did the whole...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I mean...
And that's a classic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish I would have kept it.
There's one in my neighborhood. There's like an early 90s Bronco.
Oh, really?
Every time I drive past, I'm like, ooh, man.
They're cool.
They did some work on that thing.
They're cool. Oh,
So,
yeah.
What is that like, that process of you find something and it's done, it's dead, and you bring it back to life?
Well, I mean, it can be painful, that's for sure. I mean, my little brother on the team, Barrett, he'll tell you. But it's more about, just started when I was in high school. I didn't have a ton of money to spend, but I wanted some horsepower or something. So, go find something for cheap that wasn't very pretty or barely ran. And then, couldn't pay someone to fix it, so you had to fix it yourself.
What is that feeling like when you finally get it to crank? When it's...
Oh, it's the best. The best. It's amazing.
All right, that feeling versus your one-on-one... Like I know this situation doesn't happen all that often, but you're one-on-one with a D end. It's a run play. It's not a reach. Like, you're just blocking him head up, and you put him on the ground.
Oh, I mean, that's a different feeling on its own. I mean, there's nothing like it on this earth to just move somebody against their will and just to finish them in the dirt. And then it's just, I won, you lost, everybody knows it, But I mean, on the contrary, there's times where, you'll get caught. And so it's definitely a balance, and it's, it's something I live to do.
I was going to say that as an offensive lineman, you can't wind up on your back. That's just, that's against the rules. But yeah, getting beat for a sack, getting blocked in basketball, I think those are among the more humiliating things in sports.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But you have that pancake.
Oh, yeah.
As the
I'll get you
counterbalance.
Back. Yeah, I'll get you back, yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. That was awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples On 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.